Why not you? Unlocking Your Extraordinary Potential. Inspired by Jim Rohn's Philosophy. By Sean Young. Published by The Growth Reads. Introduction. The question that echoes. Listen closely. In the quiet moments between your doubts and dreams, there's a question waiting to be asked. It's the same question that has launched countless success stories. The same question that has transformed ordinary lives into extraordinary achievements. Why not you? Let me tell you about Sarah. The rain was falling on her car window that October evening, creating a rhythm that matched her racing thoughts. She had just left another award ceremony, her fifth, where she'd watched from the shadows as her colleagues stepped into the spotlight. The bitter taste of mediocrity lingered on her tongue, mixed with the cheap coffee from the ceremony. Then, through her car speakers, came a voice that would change everything. Deep, resonant, with the kind of warmth that makes you lean in closer. Jim Rohn asked the question that would shatter her limitations. Look at the success you admire. Now ask yourself, why not you? Those 3 words struck like lightning, illuminating a truth she'd been too afraid to see. The only real difference between her and those on stage was that they had dared to answer this question. In the next few chapters, we're going to explore this question together. We'll unravel the myths that have kept you watching from the shadows. We'll expose the lies you've been telling yourself. And most importantly, we'll give you the tools to finally answer, why not me? Chapter 1. The Symphony of Success. Success has a sound. Listen carefully, and you'll hear it in the steady heartbeat of persistence, the rising crescendo of achievement, and the powerful harmony of purpose meeting potential. But here's what most people miss. This symphony isn't playing in some distant concert hall. It's playing right here, right now, waiting for you to pick up your instrument and join in. Let me tell you about Marcus. He used to hear this symphony from afar, watching others perform while he sat in the audience. They're naturally talented, he'd tell himself. They started younger. They had better teachers. Then one day, he discovered something that changed everything. Success isn't a solo performance. It's a symphony anyone can join. The 3 movements of achievement. First movement, the awakening. Picture yourself standing in front of a massive orchestra. Every instrument represents a different path to success. The violins of skill development, the drums of daily action, the trumpets of breakthrough moments, they're all waiting for you. The first movement begins when you realize something profound. You don't need to master every instrument. You just need to start playing your part. Marcus began with one simple note, making one extra sales call each day. That single note, played consistently, began to create a melody of its own. Second movement, the ascension. This is where the tempo picks up. Once Marcus understood that success leaves clues, he began to see patterns everywhere. The successful people he admired weren't playing random notes. They were following a score written by those who came before them. Listen to these patterns. Every major achievement started with a minor decision. Every breakthrough began with a single step. Every success story started with someone asking, why not me? Third movement, the transformation. Here's where the magic happens. The notes you've been playing, those daily actions, those small wins, those persistent efforts, begin to create a harmony so powerful it transforms not just your circumstances, but your very identity. Marcus discovered this when he landed his first major client. The sound of that success wasn't just in the signed contract or the celebration that followed. It was in the quiet realization that he was becoming the person he had always watched from afar. Chapter 2. The Echo of Excuses. Let's pause for a moment and listen to the sounds that have been holding you back. You know them well. I'm not ready yet. Someone else has already done it. I don't have the right background. It's too late to start. These excuses create a deafening noise that drowns out the music of possibility. But here's the truth. Every success story began with someone choosing to silence these echoes. The 4 false notes. The preparation paradox. I need to be more prepared is the most seductive excuse because it sounds responsible. But listen to this truth. No one who ever achieved anything felt fully prepared when they started. Consider Jennifer, who who launched her dream business while still learning the basics of entrepreneurship. "I realized," she tells us, "that waiting to be ready was just another way of waiting to fail." The timing trap. The symphony of success doesn't wait for perfect timing. It's playing right now, and your part is ready whenever you are. Thomas was 52 when he heard the music of opportunity. Too old, his friends said. 2 years later, his innovation had transformed his industry. The best time to start isn't yesterday or tomorrow. It's now. Continuing through each chapter with this audio-first approach, using rich metaphors, storytelling, and natural speech patterns. Final chapter. The sound of your success. Remember Sarah from our opening story? 6 months after that rainy night, she stood on the same stage she'd watched from afar. But something was different. The spotlight wasn't just illuminating her achievement. It was revealing a truth she'd finally embraced. She had always been capable. She had simply needed to answer the question. Now it's your turn to answer. The symphony of success is playing. Your instrument is tuned. Your seat in the orchestra awaits. Close your eyes for a moment. Listen to the possibility in the silence. Feel the weight of untapped potential in your hands. Now hear this question echo in your mind one last time. Why not you? The music is playing. Your moment is here. The stage is set. Why not you? Indeed, why not you? Chapter 3. The Rhythm of Transformation. Close your eyes and listen to the beat of your current routine. The alarm clock's morning cry. The coffee maker's familiar gurgle. The steady tick of hours passing at your desk. This is your current rhythm, but it's not the only song you can dance to. The dance of change. Think of transformation like learning a new dance. At first, the steps feel awkward. Your body resists the unfamiliar movements. But then something magical happens, the moment when the music and your movements become one. Let me tell you about David. For 15 years, he moved to the same rhythm. Wake up, commute, work, sleep, repeat. The steady drumbeat of mediocrity had become so familiar he barely heard it anymore. Then one day, while watching his daughter's dance recital, he had an epiphany. The dancers who stood out weren't the ones with perfect technique, he recalls, his voice carrying the weight of revelation. They were the ones who dared to move differently, to express themselves fully, to risk looking foolish in pursuit of something extraordinary. The 3-step dance of achievement. Step 1. Breaking the old rhythm. The first step is recognizing that your current rhythm is a choice, not a destiny. David started small, arriving at work an hour earlier to work on his business plan. The familiar beats of his day were interrupted by new notes of possibility. Step 2. Learning the new steps. Success has its own choreography. David studied the movements of successful entrepreneurs like a dancer learning from masters. The morning routine that set their day's tempo. The rhythmic alternation between action and reflection. The careful balance of risk and preparation. Step 3. Finding your flow. Eventually, the new movements become natural. David found his rhythm. Dawn breaks with purpose instead of dread. Each hour pulses with intentional action. Evenings close with reflection instead of regret. Chapter 4. The Orchestra of Opportunity. Imagine walking into a vast concert hall. Every seat in the orchestra represents a different opportunity. Some people see an empty hall. Others hear the music of possibility in every chair. The instruments of success. The violin of vision. This instrument plays your future song. Its strings vibrate with possibility, each note a step toward your dreams. But here's the secret. You don't have to be a virtuoso to start playing. Maria heard this violin calling when she was still working as a barista. Everyone told me coffee was just a job, she says, her voice rising with remembered conviction. But I heard something different. I heard the music of my own coffee brand, my own chain of shops, my own success story. The drums of daily action. The steady beat of consistent effort. This is where most people fall out of rhythm. They want the symphony without the practice. But Maria understood. Every cup of coffee she served was a drum beat leading to her dream. The trumpet of opportunity. This is the instrument that announces breakthrough moments. But here's what most people miss. These moments don't arrive like sudden bursts of inspiration. They come from the accumulated rhythm of preparation, meeting, opportunity. The conductor's secret. Success has a conductor, and that conductor is you. But here's what separates those who create music from those who merely dream about it. They start before they are ready. They play through the wrong notes. They keep the beat even when the audience is small. Chapter 5. The Harmony of Habits. Listen to the soundtrack of your average day. Every habit has a sound. The productive ones sing, like a well-tuned instrument. The destructive ones screech, like nails on a chalkboard. The neutral ones hum in the background, neither helping nor hurting. The symphony of small wins. Consider Rachel, a writer who dreamed of authoring a novel. The blank page seemed to mock her with its silence. Then she discovered the power of tiny harmonies. Writing 300 words each morning before work. Reading one chapter of a craft book each lunch break. Studying one successful author's style each week. Success, she discovered, isn't a single triumphant chord. It's a daily symphony of small victories. The 4 foundations of harmonic success. Foundation 1. Morning melodies. Your morning routine sets the day's tone. Rachel built hers like a composer. 5:30 a.m. The quiet overture of meditation. 6 a.m. The energetic tempo of exercise. 6:30 a.m. The creative flow of writing. Foundation 2. Daytime dynamics. Success has its own rhythm during peak hours. 90-minute focus sessions followed by brief rests. Alternating between creation and connection. Building momentum through progressive challenges. Foundation 3. Evening ensemble. The day's close is as crucial as its opening. Reviewing the day's performance. Planning tomorrow's score. Celebrating the small victories. Foundation 4. Weekly symphony. Every successful week has its own musical structure. Monday's motivational march. Midweek's steady rhythm. Friday's reflective rhapsody. Chapters continue developing these themes and metaphors. Chapter 6. The Crescendo of Courage. Every great performance requires one crucial element, courage. The courage to step onto the stage. The courage to play your unique song. The courage to keep playing even when the critics speak. The 3 acts of courage. Act 1. Starting the song. The hardest note to play is the first one. Listen to James, who left a 20-year banking career to start his own business. The security of my old life played like a lullaby, trying to keep me asleep to my potential. But once I heard the music of possibility, I couldn't unhear it. Starting was terrifying, like stepping onto a stage in front of 1,000 people. But here's what I learned. The audience is far more forgiving than the critic in your head. Act 2. Facing the discord. Every journey has its moments of disharmony. James faced them all. The doubting voices of well-meaning friends. The harsh notes of early failures. The temporary silence of lost clients. But here's what separates the successful from the dreamers. They keep playing through the discord until they find a harmony again. Act 3. Mastering the music. Eventually, courage becomes confidence. James discovered this truth when he landed his first major client. It wasn't that the fear had disappeared. It was that the music had become louder than the fear. The rhythm of purpose drowned out the whispers of doubt. Chapter 7. The Dissonance of Doubt. Every musician faces moments when the notes seem to clash, when harmony dissolves into chaos. These are the moments that define us, not because they happen, but because of how we respond to them. The inner critic's concert. Listen closely to the voices of doubt that play in your mind. You're not talented enough. What will people think? You're going to fail. These voices create a cacophony that can drown out the music of possibility. But here's what every successful person has discovered. These voices don't have to conduct your symphony. The story of Alexandra. Consider Alexandra, a middle-aged teacher who dreamed of opening her own school. The chorus of doubt was deafening. Who are you to think you could run a school? You've never been a principal. You don't have enough money. But Alexandra discovered something powerful. Doubt has a volume control, and you hold the dial. Mastering the mental symphony. Movement 1. Recognizing the rhythm. Alexandra learned to identify doubt's familiar tune. The morning anxiety that greets big dreams. The midday whispers that question every decision. The evening regrets that try to drown tomorrow's possibilities. Movement 2. Changing the channel. Instead of fighting the doubt, Alexandra learned to tune to a different frequency. Past successes became her power ballads. Small wins played like daily anthems. Future visions orchestrated her momentum. Movement 3. Creating new music. Eventually, Alexandra composed her own success symphony. Each student enrollment rang like a victory bell. Every teacher hire added a new instrument to her orchestra. Each parent's testimonial created harmony in her vision. Chapter 8. The Tempo of Time. Time isn't just ticking, it's playing a rhythm. Some hear it as a countdown to limitations. Others hear it as a metronome of possibility. The 3-time signatures of success. First time signature, the present pulse. This is where the music happens. Right now, this moment. Listen to Robert's story. At 58, everyone told him it was too late to start a technology company. You're out of time, they said. But Robert understood something crucial. Time is not a prison, it's a playground. I realized, he says, his voice carrying years of wisdom, that time would pass whether I pursued my dreams or not. The only question was what song I wanted playing at the end. Second time signature, the future's flutter. This is the rhythm of possibility. It's the beat that pulls you forward. Robert felt it every time he imagined his company helping others. The pulse of purpose quickened his steps. The rhythm of possibility energized his actions. The beat of potential drove his persistence. Third time signature, the legacy loop. This is the eternal echo of impact. Robert wasn't just building a company, he was composing a legacy. Each innovation added a note to his symphony. Every client's success created lasting resonance. Each mentored employee extended his music. Chapter 9. The Symphony of Strategy. Success isn't just about playing loud, it's about playing smart. Think of strategy as your sheet music, guiding you through each movement of your journey. The 5 musical movements of strategic success. First movement, the overture of observation. Before playing, a wise musician studies the masters. Listen to how Michelle, a budding entrepreneur, composed her success. I spent 3 months just watching and listening. How did successful businesses in my field operate? What rhythms did they follow? What harmonies did they create with their customers? Second movement, the melody of markets. Every opportunity has its own music. Some markets sing with untapped potential. Others hum with fierce competition. The wise entrepreneur learns to hear the difference. Third movement, the rhythm of resources. Michelle discovered that resources have their own rhythm. Time flows like a steady beat. Money moves like a dynamic crescendo. Energy pulses like a vital bass line. Fourth movement, the harmony of execution. This is where planning meets performance. Each action builds on the last. Every success creates momentum. All elements work in concert. Fifth movement, the crescendo of scale. As success grows, the music gets louder. Small wins become major victories. Individual notes become full chords. Solo performances become symphonies. Chapter 10. The Encore of Excellence. Success isn't a one-hit wonder. It's a lifetime performance. Let's explore how to keep your music playing long after the initial applause. The Sustainable Symphony. The Daily Practice. Excellence demands daily rehearsal. Morning motivation sets your tempo. Midday mastery builds your rhythm. Evening evaluation tunes your instrument. The weekly composition. Each week brings new opportunities to refine your performance. Monday, set the week's melody. Wednesday, adjust the rhythm. Friday, celebrate the harmony. Sunday, compose next week's score. The monthly masterpiece. This is where patterns emerge and progress becomes visible. Review your greatest hits. Analyze your challenging performances. Compose new possibilities. Chapter 11. The Network Effect. The sound of success is never a solo performance. Research from Harvard Business School shows that 85% of all professional success can be attributed to our ability to build and maintain effective relationships. Let's explore how this orchestra of opportunity works. The relationship revolution. Emily sat in her home office, staring at her LinkedIn profile. 200 connections, yet she felt more isolated than ever in her entrepreneurial journey. Then she discovered something that would transform her approach to networking. I was playing the wrong instrument, she recalls. I was trying to conduct before I had learned to listen. The 3 dimensions of strategic connection. Dr. Ronald Burt's research at the University of Chicago revealed that people who bridge different social networks are 3.2 times more likely to have transformative career success. Here's how Emily applied this. First dimension, strategic listening. Connection analysis. Identify network gaps. Map relationship strengths. Discover bridge opportunities. Value recognition. Understand others' challenges. Spot collaboration potential. Find synergy points. Opportunity mapping. Create connection strategies. Plan value offerings. Design mutual growth paths. Second dimension, relationship resonance. Research from MIT's Human Dynamics Laboratory shows that successful networkers spend 40% more time cultivating deep relationships than their peers. Emily's approach. Deep connection protocol. Regular value check-ins. Proactive problem solving. Consistent follow-through. Trust-building framework. Commitment demonstration. Reliability proof points. Integrity reinforcement. Value exchange system. Knowledge sharing. Resource matching. Opportunity creation. Third dimension, network amplification. The Dunbar network theory suggests we can actively maintain about 150 meaningful relationships. Emily created a system to maximize these connections. Core circle development, 15 people. Daily interaction. Deep value exchange. Strategic alignment. Support network, 50 people. Weekly engagement. Regular collaboration. Mutual support. Extended influence, 150 people. Monthly touchpoints. Industry alignment. Opportunity sharing. Chapter 12. The Breakthrough Blueprint. Dr. Anders Ericsson's research on peak performance reveals that breakthrough moments aren't random. They're the result of systematic preparation meeting opportunity. Let's decode this process. The anatomy of achievement. Michael stood at his office window, watching the sun rise over Silicon Valley. After 5 years of grinding, his software company had finally secured its first major enterprise client. But this wasn't luck, it was architecture. The 3 phases of breakthrough. Phase 1. Foundation building. Research from a strategic management journal shows that companies with systematic preparation processes are 247% more likely to achieve breakthrough success. Capability development. Core skill mastery. Knowledge acquisition. Expertise demonstration. Market positioning. Value proposition refinement. Competitive advantage creation. Brand voice establishment. System creation. Scalable processes. Quality controls. Performance metrics. Phase 2. Momentum generation. Studies from the Performance Science Institute reveal that breakthrough moments typically follow periods of sustained, strategic action. Acceleration framework. Daily progress metrics. Weekly momentum reviews. Monthly strategy adjustments. Opportunity creation. Market gap identification. Solution development. Value demonstration. Visibility amplification. Thought leadership. Case study creation. Success story sharing. Phase 3. Breakthrough capitalization. When opportunity meets preparation, here's how to maximize the moment. Rapid scale protocol. Resource allocation. Team expansion. System optimization. Quality maintenance. Service standards. Delivery excellence. Client satisfaction. Growth integration. Market expansion, service development, team evolution. Chapter 13, the legacy construction. Research from the Journal of Leadership Studies shows that leaders who focus on legacy creation outperform short-term thinkers by 312% over a decade. Let's explore how to build lasting impact. The architecture of impact. Sarah, whom we met at the beginning of our journey, discovered that true success isn't just about personal achievement. It's about creating ripples that continue long after we're gone. The 3 dimensions of legacy. First dimension, value creation, innovation development, problem solving, solution creation, market transformation, knowledge transfer, system documentation, process creation, wisdom sharing, impact measurement, success metrics, influence tracking, value assessment. Second dimension, people development, leadership cultivation, talent identification, skill development, opportunity creation, mentorship architecture, knowledge transfer, experience sharing, growth guidance, culture creation, value establishment, behavior modeling, tradition building. Third dimension, future foundation, sustainable systems, process documentation, quality standards, growth frameworks, innovation pipeline, research investment, development pathways, future planning, impact multiplication, community building, industry influence, knowledge sharing. Final chapter, the Symphony of Success. As we conclude our journey, remember that success isn't a destination, it's an ongoing performance. The question, why not you, isn't just about possibility, it's about responsibility. The integration framework, daily excellence, morning mastery, peak performance, evening evaluation, weekly progress, achievement review, strategy adjustment, future planning, monthly evolution, goal recalibration, system optimization, vision expansion. Remember Sarah's rainy night in the car? That moment when possibility first whispered, "Why not you?" Now it's your turn. The stage is set. The audience awaits. Your symphony of success is ready to begin. The only question remaining is, why not you? Indeed, why not you? End of book.